This is Sparta!
So I was very deep into the feminist movement, feminist ideology. I shaved my head, dyed it multiple colors. I was like at protests. I was at marches. I was leading conferences. I was mentoring women about this, especially in the, entrepreneurial space, hustle culture. It was about, I want to say 2018. That I started reading Jordan Peterson.
A partir de ese momento, recobró la cordura.
And that really changed the way I started to think. I was literally putting all the accountability on everyone else and not taking any sort of accountability or responsibility for any of the actions that I've taken in my life. Everything was everyone else's problem and I didn't have to deal with it. So I was the victim of my circumstances and you had to appease all of my problems, basically. And when I read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, or of Life, I forget what the book is like, he's saying, clean your room and don't lie, or at least try not to. And these principles that he's talking about just changed my mentality. I'm like, wow, okay, that's a novel thought. Like, don't lie. Was I oppressed? No, not at all. Right. But I had to believe that I was oppressed. I had to believe that it was my ethnic background. I had to believe that it was because I was a woman and it wasn't based off of my merits. Right. At the end of the day, what was happening was I had my mask on. I had this feminist Becca, hardcore, strong woman, independent woman mindset, boss babe, like front. Right. But when I got home, I took off the mask and I went to took a shower and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the most exhausting thing. And I was depressed and I was drinking and I was using and I was doing all this other stuff to just numb the fact that I had to go outside and put this mask on and be like, okay, time to be strong, time to be independent, time to be a boss babe. And inside.
Aquí vemos a una señorita dándose cuenta de la mentira feminista, de la mentira de la mujer fuerte, boss babe, como dicen los americanos, para denominar a las mujeres emprendedoras, empresarias, gerentas, cualquier otro tipo de calificativo a un cargo medio alto, como mínimo.
I was just broken. I was a miserable person coping with the fact that I had that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. And I had to put on this show for everyone. And if I didn't perform the way that everyone expected me to perform, then I was, kicked out of the group. I was a miserable person. And it was interesting because it was a family member who told me that I was a terrible person and a miserable person to be around. And I will never forget it. And I will thank that person till the day I die, because that conversation changed my direction. I was already changing, but knowing that people who loved me thought I was a miserable person to be around, that completely changed my mindset to.
Por eso, jóvenes, chicos, veteranos, cuando una persona de su confianza, alguien de su familia, o cualquier persona con la cual uno tenga una relación de verdad de confianza, les diga algo que no les guste, escúchenlo. Escúchenlo porque lo dice con honestidad para que les llegue, porque va a ser para su mejor.
Everything. I'm like, I am not oppressed. I am not, I'm not this, fragile person that is going to break every time someone criticizes me or, challenges what I'm saying or even makes fun of me. that's the thing about the woke left and feminists and just anyone who identifies in that side of the world.
Right.
Everything is up for offense. And if you say the slightest thing, they will take it offensively and then they will run with it. And then they'll call you a racist, a bigot, having internalized.
Por supuesto, la típica palabra que usan las mujeres hoy en día cuando una persona les dice que no concuerdan al 100% con sus comportamientos, más que de libertad, libertinaje. Por supuesto, esa persona va a ser considerada misógina o que tiene tendencias misóginas, lo que sea, como siempre, ¿no?
Misogyny is what I get all the time.
Right.
Pick me.
I hate this pick me thing because it implies that if your personality or your existence is something that the opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to might find attractive, that you therefore are doing something bad by like sort of representing that identity, right? This is insane.
And that's what's going against nature. And misery loves company. Feminists love to be miserable and love other women to be miserable like them.
Lo que dice aquí es increíble. Se le dice a las chicas pick me, sería la chica que dice lo que los hombres quieren escuchar, o las chicas que son como los hombres quieren, que son unas, vamos a decirle, vendidas. No sería esa la traducción específica, pero para llamar de alguna manera como que son sumisas al hombre. Y al fin y al cabo, ¿qué es lo que queremos los hombres? Una chica agradable, una persona que nos demuestre respeto. Así que si eso es una pick me, una elígeme, esa mujer va a tener un montón de hombres a su disposición, a diferencia de las empoderadas feministas que dicen no necesitar a un hombre. Pero bueno, por supuesto sabemos que cuando hay un apagón de luz, llaman a un hombre. Ya sabemos que cuando hay crímenes, hay sonidos en la casa, si tienen novio, lo mandan al novio. Pero bueno, vivimos en una sociedad ridícula. Chavales, no se den por vencidos, insistan, perseveren. ¡Vamos!